Okay, hi guys, welcome back to Frostbite tournaments, and we are doing the second quarterfinals between DM and Omni today. And I'm Neil, I'll be commentating alongside Koneko. You want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, but we were the commentators yesterday. I don't know if you guys were here yesterday as well. You're gonna have a good time with us again. We're definitely excited to see Omni going against DM. Omni, a very popular team. I mean, most people have already heard about them. And DM, also a very strong team that both advanced from the group stage and they're now going up against each other. And if one loses, it's over for them.
Are you looking for anything particular today?
Hmm. Honestly, if I'm looking for anything, I do want to see those surprise picks. I mean, I know DM's Hunter does plays Clown. That one Clown we saw a bunch of times already.
Hmm.
Which is very proficient too. It's very proficient. So it's definitely exciting to see how the Hunter will do against Domini survivors. And from Omni's Hunter pool, I honestly want to see weird picks. I want to see the off meta picks.
The off meta picks. I guess we'll see. I guess we'll see.
For
Hmm.
sure. So
Well,
starting off, I will just talk about the map picks and map pins. We had Chinatown and Barakurs baiting band in the first round, and we had Omni picking Ever Sleeping Town.
hmm I guess it's a pretty well-rounded first round map. Again, a lot of the meta hunters doing excelling at Ever Sleeping Town. Darkwoods and Chinatown, man. Not sure. Maybe they're saving it for a later round. Again, people don't like Darkwoods, so perfectly reasonable. You probably need some more practice on that.
Yeah, for sure. Since it's such a new map, they probably don't have a good strategy to counter either a hunter or have a good survivor game playing deer.
Right. I don't remember it was last season that they finally added Darkwoods into rank, but yeah, the map itself has been around for a while. Like a lot of the maps they released like Krayberg Racecourse, but like obviously that hasn't been added into rank.
I hope it gets added soon. I want
Hey,
the horse gameplay.
I don't know, man. We're gonna see Golden Cave and White Strand like Asylum. So, I don't know if I want those maps. I think they can stay where they are. They can stay where they are.
I mean, Golden Cave is definitely one of the weirdest maps ever. It doesn't work in rank at all. It doesn't work in rank. I don't even know how you could tap so many floors and be able to hunt in there. Could you even find the survivors? There's just too many places to hide into. And you probably, I don't even know how tinnitus works there. Do you have like tinnitus when you're on the first floor and there's like a survivor there? Like in
I
general?
I don't believe so. I don't believe you have tinnitus on different elevations. So yeah. Um Craigburg Racecourse. I mean I like that map because it's pretty open, but I'm not sure if survivors would be too pleased with that one.
You can race the horse with the with the wheel. You can at least just race the horse with the wheel.
I actually did do that in quick match not too long ago, and well, I was trying to see if I could like spike the survivor off the horse like while they were running, but it seems like you can't. It's like the carousel on Moonlit, where they are if they're riding something, you cannot spike them off. It seems.
Oh yeah. The famous carousel from Moonlit. It's literally just it's actually counter comp gameplay for wheel. It's really funny because you just see a survivor just getting on the merry-go-round while they're kiting.
Right. So, I mean, at that point, you just get a wheel form, right? But like, if I'm not actively hunting, I admit there's been a few times where like, if they're hiding and I'm looking for the last survivor, sometimes I forget that they can be on the carousel. It, it's just like how some survivors that like when they're trying to hide, like the last two or last one, they're hiding in the locker. You don't really assume they would get into the locker, you know?
Oh yeah, I have seen like I think one of the hunters I went against in ranks before. Yeah, it was a Lucino before. It was in Leo's memory. The hunter actually looked in the locker. I was just hiding behind Shaq, and the hunter decided to look inside the locker in Shaq. And I look at the replay. I was very confused because the hunter was not on top of me right away. And I just look at the match replay. The hunter is looking through the locker.
Mm, yeah, I cannot imagine how that POV would be. You just
I
see the
honestly, I was so confused. Like, I had heartbeat. I had strong heartbeat. And I was behind Shaq, just waiting for the hunter. And I don't know where the hunter is, but the hunter's really nearby and standing still somewhere. And suddenly I just realized the hunter's opening a locker because I watched the match replay.
yeah, I mean, I guess you would assume, but like, I believe if a survivor is in the locker, there's like confetti stuff around the locker, the bottom of the locker. I mean, at least I
Here?
used to be the case, but maybe it's because I'm on low graphics. I feel like lately it doesn't show up. But anyways, let's get to the picks and bans. You want to introduce them?
Of course, of course. So we're having a mechanic enchantress bands already, which are Coatman counters. So I imagine Pit is preparing for this Coatman. And for the survivor picks, we're having Magician and Gravekeeper, very strong survivor, strong kiter, strong rescuer. What's you usually see in round one?
Right. I mean, we've already seen that magician excelling at kiting multiple Gomans throughout this journey. So again, I'm not sure if Pitt wants to play Goman here, even though he might be preparing for playing that. But
Yeah.
yeah, we'll see a seer round one as well.
Oh, no
Hmm.
seer ban. That's very unusual in round one specifically too. Maybe Pit is going to play. Oh, Bonbon. I do know that Pit has a Bonbon, and usually when you don't ban seer, you go a chip hunter.
Right, right. And very interesting to note is that the hunter banned three harassers, so no rescuer, not none of like the most commonly picked characters, but like three harassers. That's quite interesting.
Pit definitely doesn't want to get stunned. And for the fourth pick, we have the coordinator, which is a very stable survivor, good all-rounder. I mean, the gun is such a strong item. Usually bring excitement to try and counter the gun at the early game if you do have it, which does kind of force the coordinator to shoot early to see if the coordinator wants to try to do something and set excitement.
Right, right. Again, it is ever slipping, so you have ample choices here. If you don't want to play Goman, you could play Hullabaloo and Opera Singer, which both excel at this map.
Yeah, this map is pretty good for hunters and both for survivors. It's just such a good map for both factions. So definitely there's alt picks or sorts of picks that you want to go for. They are very viable in here.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Hmm. So what do we agree on? I actually am just expecting the bonbon because of the no seer ban. But what do you think it's gonna be?
Well, well, I don't think it's gonna be Hullabaloo. Maybe an Opera Singer. Honestly, maybe an Opera.
Upper Singer is pretty good against Gravekeeper, honestly. So you might. Oh,
Oh,
never mind.
please
He is
Hullabaloo.
going Hulabalu. The
Um,
Hulabalu. Interesting.
You would think Hullabaloo counters like stunners, but I suppose maybe uh Pit has like a certain game plan we are not aware of.
He might have, yeah, he might have a plan. I mean, I believe he played the other day. He did play Hulabalu in this certain map too. He did play in Never Sleeping as well.
Right, I
I'm not
believe
sure what his bans were though.
yes, I do believe that Omni has another hunter as their starter hunter, but I believe
Oh
they
no no.
started the roster. Okay,
Sometimes, yeah,
so
sometimes they send in Pit first. Sometimes they do send Pit in first. It depends on their game plan, honestly.
yeah, so the builds here, we're gonna see all the survivors with borrowed time, so no risky plays here.
Mm-hmm. Everyone's confident. They're pretty confident going against Pit's Hunter. Since they definitely just they're not scared. If you bring this to a build, you probably are scared and you want to try and get a better survivability on your survivors. But if they just bring Border Time and everyone, even a magician who does not have a Testui, just has the Tide Turner, no kiting assist. I mean, the ones are pretty strong. They're pretty strong items, so not all the time you need a kiting assist build.
Right. We will see two survivors with Tide. That being obviously the Gravekeeper and Magician will be the secondary rescuer. Seer will be carrying Broken Windows, and then Corner will be carrying Flywheel. So,
Flywheel is probably. I mean, both traits are very viable against Flabali. It's not really. I mean, Flywheel is good to Flywheel the colors, but you have to time it properly. And if you get reds for the last color, it's kind of hard to time it out. I mean, you can time it. I have seen people doing it. I've done it myself too in ranks before, but it's pretty hard to time it.
mhm.
So the Flywheel is gonna be an 8 depending on the last color, honestly.
I definitely agree. People also complain about not being able to use Flywheel to the best of their ability because of ping issues as well.
Oh, that's true
Oh,
too. But
right.
we are expecting these players to have a decent ping. I mean, right now, funny enough, my ping is 700 ms, so I might see the battery laggy.
Okay. It seems that the hunter will be going towards the middle. Surprisingly, not going for the coordinator.
Probably going after the Gravekeeper for presence or the Magician, maybe. Magician does have only tight turners, so it might be a good choice to eliminate the secondary rescuer.
Oh, this Hullabaloo is just circling around, trying to find a certain survivor, perhaps. Finds a Gravekeeper.
Gonna chase him for presence then. Exactly, is gonna be the first choice. Missing the, not really missing all the clones, but missing one of the hits.
Right.
Getting one color in this Gravekeeper.
It seems that they did slightly mess up their rotation here because now coordinator's not decoding.
Yeah,
Um,
Corner is right here. Is she decoding that one cipher over there? I believe it was locked initially.
right, yes. Coordinator was trying to decode middle, but then the Gravekeeper transitioned back to middle. Gravekeeper just using the to the best of that shovel right here.
It's
Missing
not
one.
a bad idea, but the shot is run out.
Yes. That almost could have been a very bad situation there. Does take the hit from the change colors. Missing a few, just that one color who gets back into shovel form.
Not
Change.
like good for this Labali. Changing TARDIS already when the Gravekeeper has two colors in him? That's interesting. You would think that, never mind, going back with the warp. Unexpected. I don't think even the Gravekeeper was expecting that.
Right. I think maybe the Hull Blue just wanted to see if they could get a few extra colors on the coordinator, but it seems not. Will be
Ooh,
hitting him
that all was
all right.
extended, but it extended also the kite.
Right. The Gravekeeper does not have any more shovels to work with, however. Hollow Blue, obviously, with Insolence, has a full presence already, and the Gravekeeper does go down here.
So a lot of resources were used for this kite. Two shovels, 1 hour. I mean, it was worth it because the ciphers are pretty good. If you look at the ciphers, they're amazing. They're doing audience effects, of course, to maximize the cipher rush.
Right, we have two ciphers primed and another one it's nearly half. So honestly, they're only missing 1.5 ciphers.
Unfortunately, one of their Titurnus is gone, but I imagine they're going to send a coordinator for the secondary rescuer.
Oh, it seems that the Hubbler is going for double down, does get it, and
Ooh,
Gravekeeper
right
will be
for this
transitioning
Magalo.
away. Right. Away from all the ciphers, which is a good thing. But
Exactly.
again,
You definitely want to.
oh, it does go down here. That
Try
tide
to
does
kite for a
fall.
little, but did not really kite out Titurner, which is unfortunate.
Right. We will
Be careful with the
see.
tram.
Almost Trevor. We will see that
Ooh.
last cipher started as well.
Like I was gonna say like Pit should have been all the harassers, but if the tram was gonna be the harasser instead, it was not gonna be worth it.
Someday we'll see a Travis in this journey. Oh, gets the free rescue here. Corner
I don't think
may
he was
possibly
expecting
going
the
for.
coordinator to come from that direction.
Ah, yeah. Well, Gravekeeper is on last share, so I'm not sure if these survivors want to support this Gravekeeper or if they're just going for the tie.
I think going for a tie is very smart too. not playing risky. He does get tear shocked to go down, but without items, that's the best you can do. Also force out warp, but doesn't have any traits right now to cipher pressure, which is good for them. He'll probably
Right,
not have any traits at the end game either if he does not stop the cipher at 80%.
right. This Hollow Blue does have detention, and so this is honestly looking like a tie situation right now. That
Yeah, they
cipher
can
will be primed in time.
yeah, they
Oh,
can definitely
oh,
pop
not
this.
quite, not quite.
Oh,
Oh,
never
does not
mind.
happen in time. 99%.
Was it the slowdown in decoding? I think Hulabao can do that.
It
I'm
seems
not
the
quite
slider
sure.
is slightly miscalculated by going straight for the gates, and Seer was not able to pop.
They had
Hullabaloo,
to aid him.
yeah, Hullabaloo just waiting for the other survivors to get here, knowing that the cipher is
You
primed.
might to pick up. Yeah, I think he might pick up. Yeah, he's picking up.
Right,
And just trying to no attack me. I mean, Hulabao doesn't even have attack recovery, so it's kind of funny to see him swinging with the survivor in a balloon.
right. I'm not quite sure what the game plan was picking up the survivor because yes, as you said, Hullabaloo does not have attack recovery. We'll be getting that rescue now. Um,
Going down, can they
right.
pop this? Can they? They
No,
popped it
they
on
missed
the wrong
you.
timing.
Right, you have to be really careful with that because again, Hullabaloo has no attack recovery.
Someone has to stay here to fit deny this, but to be careful because the coordinate is one color away from being downed, and the solo does have attention, so G this goes down with the last color.
Correct. So they both only have one color remaining. Oh, gets the rescue.
Somehow gets the rescue. Very good rescue from this coordinator, looping around this one building to get this rescue. Good
But
rotation.
reminder, Warp is back up right now. Warp is back up.
But the gate is
So
also open. That is to be noticed.
it doesn't seem that this Hullabaloo will down this seer quick enough to get to the gate in time. So it seems like a tie situation here.
Yeah, he can still go back in the warp. It doesn't really matter. Yeah, he's
Yeah.
checking around to see if he can get another survivor. But as a whole battle, it's kind of hard to get all the colors through on time, and he can just go to the gates. These gates are pretty close to each other too. The Seer and the other one, opposite one. And honestly, since they are so close together, the stars can travel that quick distance. Pretty good tie.
Alright, that was a pretty solid match from both sides. Again, a typical match that you would see, a survivor dying around 2 or 3 ciphers, and then obviously somebody dying during detention. So again, you're a pretty average match.
Yes, very strong kite from the Gravekeeper right away. I mean, using a lot of items to extend that one kite, but still, it was pretty worth it because he was up and alive for a very long time.
Right, because Gravekeeper did not use that area, so both pallets were available to use to stall for that time. Um,
Indeed.
right, so Corner could get across the map to the open gate. Just again, solid kites from both Seer and Gravekeeper right there.
Exactly. The only thing that was very risky was that the cipher pop, because the seer died trying to pop that one cipher, and it seemed like it was gonna be a 3K from that position, but they still played really well. The backdoor from the coordinator, not really backdoor, is the rotation around that one building was pretty good, and she managed to get the rescue in one color away from getting downed.
Hmm.
It's a
Yeah,
good game plan.
I think so. You know what? I think the only thing I wish we could see more of was those rescues because again we've seen those Hullabaloo snuff those rescues.
Yeah, having those good rescues. I mean, having those rescuers being so stellar with the rescue abilities is just so impressive, even
Or
under pressure.
I think definitely a very crucial part of a game is definitely the rescue, which I believe a lot of people don't like playing rescue because of that reason because it's so stressful, right?
It is. I mean, I have played rescuer before. I mean, I was an almost A batch gravekeeper, so I think you can imagine I played gravekeeper a lot in the past.
Mhm.
He's pretty fun. I mean, he's fun to play without the buffs because NetEase loves Gravekeeper. They keep buffing Gravekeeper 24/7. I mean, there was a certain time every patch there was a new buff for Gravekeeper. It was kind of funny and kind of hilarious as well because I mean, for Hunter players he's kind of annoying, but for Survivor players he's just such a stable rescuer and really good ranks Survivor as well. So any person who's trying to learn Rescuer, playing Gravekeeper is pretty good.
We will be going into the picks and bans here as well. Serum Mechanic obviously being the typical first choice, Puppeteer and Antiquarian getting picked up, and Fire Investigator getting banned. How do you feel about that?
I mean, Florian is probably not. It's probably not going to be a Goatman right away. I can say it's not going to be a Goatman because Goatman doesn't really plan Florian. Florian's not the best survivor against Goatman, of course. I mean, he's more for transitional kiting. The balls are usually for transitional kiting, and against Goatman, you want to tight kites. So definitely, I don't think it's going to be the Goatman for round one.
Hmm. Toy Merchant ban as well. So it seems that this, whatever this hunter is, they don't like survivors that can get distance. So
Exactly.
very interesting. What are we thinking?
Honestly, it might be a slow hunter. I mean, I would like to say it's probably not gonna be a hermit, of course, but it will be interesting if it will be one. It might be Bonbon too. It's those small mobility hunters.
Mm, I guess we will have to see. I mean, a Bonbon against this team comp. Um, I'm not sure about it because again, Puppeteer, he does have a
Puppeteer is
lot.
pretty bad. Yeah,
Yeah, and then Antiquarian, you can break the bombs with the stick
but
if
as you
need.
break the bombs with the stick, the Bonbon still approaches you faster. So it's a good exchange for the Bonbon. But the only issue with this team comp for Bonbon is definitely the Gravekeeper because he's just such a stable rescuer. It's kind of hard to stop him.
Right, that's also what I was thinking. So I guess we'll see. This is the, I believe this is the hunter that plays that Smiley. I'm not sure that
Smiley,
Smiley bans these particular survivors, but
he
you know,
doesn't. Yeah, he doesn't.
yeah, okay. We will see that Goatman possibly.
That is so weird. From the bands, we cannot tell it's a Goatman because Goatman doesn't really ban Florian. Goatman doesn't really ban to Immersion. He does counter both of them, so it's interesting to see a Goatman banning these survivors. But at the same time, bring it on the meta hunter, the number one hunter right now in the game.
Right, you will you like. I'm surprised as a Goatman you don't ban Magician because that Magician was picked to last. So again, you did have opportunities to ban Goatman throughout the situation. Also, it seems that we will be starting. There was a referee that didn't get to the match, so
Oh,
I believe,
interesting.
yeah, I
Oh, that's
believe
gonna
we're
be late then.
same characters and builds. I believe.
Yes, we're gonna have the same characters and builds, so we can just talk about the builds right away. Do you want to talk about them?
Right, so we are gonna see three survivors with more time, that being Anti Magician and Gravekeeper. We're gonna see that puppeteer with a broken windows and Tide. Anti has
Broken
flywheel.
windows.
Yeah, Anti has flywheel. Again, typical harasser traits. Magician and Gravekeeper with Tide. So we have three Tides on this team.
Triple Tide does remind me of early Goatman opera singer in Hulabalu Meta because everyone just brought Titurnus to stall it for a time because they were so hard to kite. Definitely need a Titurnus just to stall it for it.
Hmm.
It's
Interesting.
it's a rather interesting strategy. I mean, right now you just try and focus on the kiting for the survivors. You don't really need those type of Stewie builds. Just two tides are fine most of the time. But at the same time, let the survivors have their game strategy. So I'll just watch and not judge.
How do you feel about that puppeteer's build?
Honestly, I don't think he needs the knee jerk. I'm a puppeteer with I usually play puppeteer with board time and Ty Turner only. But in a
Mm,
tournament, you never know. In a tournament, you never know.
I mean, I personally don't play puppeteer But the ones I've seen, since obviously you do have the puppet to transition, most survivors that carry broken windows, I want to say it's for transitioning. Um,
Yeah,
so usually, again, like you said, they do carry tie turner, but again, this is slightly different since it is tourney, so you will have that four-man VC comp with all the communications. I'm thought we were supposed to restart here. Not
I think
quite.
we're just okay.
Yeah,
Okay,
I
we're
think
restarting. Yeah,
maybe the hunter forgot. I think.
maybe so. Were they informed? I'm not sure if they were informed. Yes.
I think maybe the hunter did not see the channel because the hunter was deafened and muted, so that might be the case.
Yeah, yeah. The hunter probably was deafened and muted or something like that. I'm not sure if the
Mm-hmm.
actually not sure if they were deafened or muted. I probably just muted. Yes.
All
Yeah.
right.
The hunter didn't see. The hunter didn't see. We have the information the hunter did not see. The hunter was not aware. We are gonna restart. We're gonna restart definitely.
That does happen sometimes. I do remember there was one match. I don't think it was this tournament, but where I believe we tried to reach out to the hunter. I think 5 different times, but the hunter did not surrender. I think it's quite funny.
That is so funny. You guys paused like 5 times and the hunter did not realize it was a pause because you guys wanted to restart.
Right. I was a bit confused because the all the survivors of that team walked up to the hunter, and the hunter kept hitting, and we had to keep pausing. I'm not sure. I just think it was funny. I just remember that situation.
That just sounds hilarious. Like, what do you mean the hunter was not aware after after 5 successive pauses and warnings, just not aware where?
Look, I think maybe the hunter was thinking, oh, maybe these survivors have a special game plan that we don't that I don't know about, right? Maybe it's just this is the new meta.
The
For
new
survivor,
meta pausing.
yeah, for survivor kite at 5 ciphers. I think all survivors should do this. You should all kite at 5 ciphers.
Right, it's just my lord. I mean, at the same time, it's just goofy. It's so goofy to be in that positioning as a hunter because I mean, you're in a tournament, you're expected to play things out even if something happens. So you're probably just you're not aware. You're not really that aware.
Right, right. I would have to agree. Hmm.
Okay, I need to get to the spectator. I was not the spectator. I was too distracted. My bad. I hope my ping goes down because by the way I'm watching everything at 400 ms. Something has a delay. I kind of see hunters going through walls, but it's kind of funny at the same time. So I'm trying just to not jiggle.
That is your Wi-Fi gonna be okay?
I don't think it's my wife. I think it's my game for some reason. I think it's everyone that is not from North America. I'm just struggling for that.
I,
Yeah.
I do think yeah there is something about like EU players having like very bad connection. I think.
Yeah, I mean, lately I've been having 100 ms though. I mean, I was playing ranks and I had 100 ms only. So definitely has improved. I mean, I'm not in the country the farthest away from the NA server. I'm at the very I mean, I live in a peninsula. I live in a peninsula, like very close to the ocean. So it's technically not that
Um,
far away. I'm
I'm
not in the farthest country. So
I'm actually curious. So where are the NAU servers then? I'm actually not sure.
I am not sure either. I'm not sure which city it is at or state or
I believe
whatever. I'm not familiar about American things. So
I believe they're all in the US, right?
yeah, yeah, I believe so. I don't think there's any South America. They were thinking about doing one in South America, I believe, but they never went through with it.
I think if I'm not mistaken, there's one in New York City. I believe.
There should
And,
be one, yes, there should be.
and then I think there's one in Oregon. I'm not sure where that is. I'm not from the U.S.
I'm not either, so you can tell me anything. I would not know the state's names. I'm sorry.
Um, wherever it is, I don't think it's too far from me because I think my MS usually is like anywhere from 30 to 60. I don't think it goes higher than the 60s.
Ooh. That's pretty low. I do get around 50 if I play with only European players because we get sent to the European server. There's an European server. I don't know where it is. It's not close to me. I think I'm in the middle. My position is so weird. I mean, my country is weird. So I definitely don't know where I'm at. So close, if I'm close or far from the European server, I don't know where it's situated, but I know there's one because we get sent to it if everyone's European in the match.
Interesting. I'm sabotaging all the Europeans rank sessions by ranking at 5 a.m.
Oh,
My
Brad.
bad,
No,
my
we're
bad.
already struggling. We're already struggling.
My bad. Look, it's not my fault that the 5 a.m. session is the most relaxing one.
Right. It's just because the people are lagging. We are lagging. We're slower.
I think majority of the players that I encounter during the 5 a.m. session are definitely Europeans because their usernames are in different languages.
Oh yeah. If you see like I think like a few Spanish, French users, something like that. I mean, not all Spanish users are European because there's also other Spanish speaking other Spanish speaking countries. So it
I
depends.
I actually get majority of my like Spanish users during like the day sessions. So it's mainly I think like Chinese and Russian usernames during the 5
Oh,
a.m. session.
Russian. Yeah,
Yeah.
Russian. Yeah.
Um
I
I'm not
mean,
sure.
Russia is not from Europe, so it's.
There's
I mean, they
also
play that tower though.
there's also quite surprisingly a lot of Italians at that time as
Oh,
well.
Italian, yes. I have a friend who's Italian, so I mean, yeah, that's fair enough.
Uh,
In my language, you probably see Brazilian people. No, you don't really see from my country. In my
oh,
language, if you see a user in my language, it's probably Brazilian. It's not really from my country because my country is just so small and there's barely any IDV players. I know like almost every single IDV player in my country. I've talked to them because we're just a very small community.
does okay. We will see again that Goldman release S tier.
Yes,
Going
it's very
to
pretty.
going towards the middle. That's gonna be the antiquarian, but will this Goldman go with the antiquarian? It seems so. Actually, no.
Never mind. Going
Going
after
towards
someone else.
oh, that's gonna be the gravekeeper. Actually, okay, I'm not sure what this Goldman. Maybe this Goldman's trying to find a certain person.
Yeah,
Um,
I think he's trying to find a certain survivor, but all this rotation is having the ciphers climb a little.
right. It will be the magician, which again surprising because oh, um, little mishap on the Goldman's parts with the cages. We'll take the hit here from the magician though.
Doesn't really use
Um,
the wand.
right. Again, a little misplay with the walls here, but it does use a wand to body block that. It falls into basement for a quick second there.
Oh, he dropped down into the basement, which is kind of funny. I mean, Ghostman can do that. You don't really
Right.
know if you're gonna drop there.
Blink
And using the
will.
blink to secure the sound.
Yes, yes. This Goldman does have trump card and detention, and as we do have wanted and claustrophobia.
Claustrophobia, the Thai trait that we always hate seeing. As a survivor, as a hunter, you love it because you can usually get a cheesy Thai just from claustro.
Claustrophobia, sometimes I use it, sometimes I don't. I'm not sure, but we will see that Gravekeeper go in for the basement rescue again. Taking that
It's a
ship,
gravekeeper,
yeah,
so he can do it.
going to be quite hard to snuff. Not quite getting the drop down hit there, but will be getting that rescue.
Good attempt to drop down and
Oh,
just blocking the way. He's just blocking the way from these survivors. Oh, getting
yes,
this double down, probably.
yes, does get this double down. A magician going towards the back of graveyard to cut here.
I mean, he does have 2-1, so yeah, he's kiting out Turner. He does have 2-1, so let's see if he can rebound well.
Right.
It's kind of out in the
Uh,
open, so he just has to try mind game.
right, a little bit of mind game indeed here with the wands. Does kite out the cage here. Antiquarian here to help.
To support, the support is already coming, having a quick swing on the Goatman.
Right, mind you, the
Oh,
ciphers are
that
looking out.
case was not the best. I only
Yes,
clocked it in the Antiquary, not really the Magician. The Magician was outside.
yes, two ciphers are nearly prime. There's another one at 60, so they're honestly just missing one cipher.
Yep, their audience affecting all the way.
That
That
will
is
be
a
the
black
last
cage,
one.
but that didn't really help because the Antiquary just broke the cage. This
Right,
harassment is going through.
Magician does not have any more wands to use, and if Magician takes a chip in, we'll be going down. Have to be careful right here, but I'm not sure where the
Ooh, pallet's done.
place is going.
I honestly, this Antiquary is just such a good job harassing and just supporting the Magician in general.
Right, indeed. Just spending.
Despite the double down, the servers are still climbing, and the Magician keeps kiting.
Right, getting a hit on the antiquarian here, trying to help the magician break the cage. This double kiting is actually helping quite a bit, considering they do have the cipher
Oh, missing
progress.
the
Uh,
blink!
whoa. Finally had enough of that antiquarian here.
Just down his Antiquarian Sina. I mean, the Magician is still here. He's kind of cornered in the graveyard. I think surely the Goatman knows where the Magician is getting headed to.
Right. That
I don't
puppet.
think he will camp. Yeah, of course. Yeah, he has wanted order too. That's so unfortunate for this Magician. He has wanted order.
Indeed. Oh.
Ooh, the Puppeteer gets hit instead.
Right. This is not looking very good for the Goatman. Choosing to let the magician, the dead on chair magician go. Um Going
I
instead
don't think
for
he's even dead on cheer. Did he only see
yeah,
the chair one time? I believe he only saw the chair one time.
you're right. I believe he was only in chair one time, and they're also starting another cipher.
Very
Goatman.
smart
can-
because the Gravekeeper is gonna kite around the cipher, so they do have to open new one.
Right, I'm not quite sure how Goatman's gonna pressure this because again, TP's still on 30-second cooldown, and that resentment is gonna run out quite soon.
The Magician is nowhere to be seen. They're
Oh,
protecting him. Oh, another Paladin. Nice and downed for best puppeteer.
right. They do have time to reset here, honestly. It seems like the magician's just waiting at the gates, just trusting in the teammates to kite and pop here.
They can definitely do so. There's two ciphers almost primed, so and they're very far locations too. There's nothing a place for the Goatman to pressure. And this Antiquarian does have board time. The only one without board time is a puppeteer.
Right, and Puppeteer will already be leaving the area, possibly going to the other gates. Um, I believe this antiquarian, this Goatman knows the antiquarian is just stalling here, probably just stalling for the TP cooldown because it's already primed. Both gates will
Yes, the Goatman
simultaneously.
just telling out I think the Goatman was telling out not only for TP but also for resentment.
Right. Both gates will be being opened here. TP gets used. But again, this is gonna be very difficult because 4 survivors up during endgame.
The puppeteer doesn't really leave through the tension hit, so yeah, he just goes down. Even if he used a puppet, he could have only on down to it. That's only so far he can do.
Right. At most, it seems like this Goatman can get a tie situation as long as the survivors don't rescue, but it seems like they actually will be trying to go for the rescue here.
Ooh, the greed. I mean, they do have the Tighter and the Magician.
Auntie still has some stick left with the flywheel. We will have to be careful here. The grave, not quite putting down the cage first, prematurely dashing.
Yeah, the Owl Path coming through too. The item already from this Magician. And they can force this out with Tighter, I'm pretty sure. Claustrophobe is already run out. The
Yeah,
Claustrophobe is not up already. So they can all leave. This is gonna be a force escape. This
this
is
is
gonna be a force escape.
weird. really stressful to watch. Try and catch it with the survivors to the gate. Magician does get caught out here, but the
The
tension right.
dungeon is here too.
Yeah, the dungeon is here. Just waiting for the puppeteer to leave, but unfortunately, oh, just barely not getting out of the gate in time for the dungeon to open. That will be
Unfortunately, this puppeteer was not able to crawl out. And that is the one kill. That's so lucky, actually. It was seeming like a poor escape from the tide turner rescue, from the position of the survivors. It was just the crawling, from the puppeteer that saved him. By the way, the reason why the puppeteer was crawling so slowly was because he doesn't have board time. That's the only sole reason why he was crawling so slowly.
honestly, considering the fact that the puppeteer basically was only around the Goldmans a certain like very little around the game, it might have been better to just take more time in hindsight on that puppeteer.
Yeah, the Nijak wasn't really useful at all, but you never know if the puppeteer is taking kite. I still don't really agree with Sui puppeteer because some puppeteer is such a strong survivor. You don't really need to Sui build. You can still kite with Titan just fine most of the hunters. I think the only counters are just chip hunters in general. He only struggles against chip hunters, and I don't think they were expecting a chip hunter from team comp and everything. And
Mhm.
even the bands weren't giving out the chip hunter either, so the Sui puppeteer build is definitely just a strategy behind it. Maybe they were expecting the puppeteer to take kite and they want to extend it. I'm not quite sure, but some people do like it, I guess.
Right. I personally would not play Goldman into that team comp. The hunter was ballsy enough to do so. Unfortunately, it did not pay off. But again, that was just that end game was just very exhilarating to watch.
It's very stressful as a hunter too. I don't think that Goatman was any calm.
I definitely could imagine. They was just again not being able to cheer that magician that's he was chasing at first, and then having four survivors up pressuring two different ciphers, and no
I
TP to work
think
with. Just
Yeah, I think trying to go for the double down, we saw the double down and trying to go for a double down. It wasn't even a double down because the magician was able to kite it out. I think hitting the gravekeeper instead of the magician was maybe the reason why the rebound was so long.
I honestly think maybe because the Gomans ended up downing and sharing the antiquarian anyways, I think maybe it would have been better to just get the antiquarian out of the way first, rather than have them double kite and waste all that time for the other two survivors to pop all the ciphers.
Yes, I think so too. If the Ghostman was trying to go for a double down, which did not work because the magician still kind of pretty long, he did have two wands for usage. It's graveyard. I don't understand why the Goatman went all the way to graveyard to have a chase. It was a magician too who counters Goatman really well. Honestly, it was not the best chase target, and at the same time, the rebound was way too great with all the harassment. The harassment was so good. I have to say, the harassment was so good from the survivors, and they did such a great job to. They even almost escaped. Luckily for the Goatman, the puppeteer did not have board time, so it didn't really crawl out of the gate on time for the magician to get the dungeon. It was like a lucky situation. I mean, lucky for the Goatman, no board time, but also bad for the survivors because they were trying so hard for the escape.
Definitely. It seems like we will be seeing a sub in for DM's Hunter.
We're stopping the hunters. Very interesting and very exciting. I want to see what the hunter will be from this hunter then.
Um, I am not sure. Unfortunately, I don't think we'll see any smiley gameplay today
It's
from
unfortunate.
right. Hoping they're doing well. Um, all right. I'm. What are your guesses for the next map?
Honestly, I would think it's something hunter, something benefiting for the hunter, because it is DM's pick. It is DM's map pick, I believe.
Hmm. Hmm.
So they might
Well,
try to benefit the hunter since the hunters kind of struggled last time. So they might go for another open map, maybe Chinatown. I know Maybe Chinatown Moonlit. I know Moonlit is pretty good for hunters too. Maybe one of those.
I guess we'll have to see because they did actually ban Chinatown last round.
Oh
So
yes, definitely.
we will have to see.
Have to wait and see.
Right, and Omni will be banning a map here.
I honestly think I would ban a small map, right? Yeah, they're banning Arms Factory, which is a small map that I was expecting for the ban.
Right, so we will not be seeing no Arms Factory today, and you know what? I would have to say Arms Factory is the map I dislike the most. Indeed.
Oh, you dislike it more than Hospital? That's
I
surprising.
well I can hunt as wheel on hospital. I can't hunt wheel on Arms Factory.
Okay, for sure. I mean, a person just gets in factory and you cannot chase them there. You just get in factory without
No,
those windows, just loop the wheel in factory, and you just cannot do anything.
you
You're
can
unable.
chase you can chase in factory. It's just that um it's actually the sandbags area that I don't like.
Oh,
Um
then other place with windows, I guess. Just another place with windows.
it's like okay, factory, yes, it has two windows, but then the other area has like one, two, three, four, four windows.
Yeah, way too many windows. I mean, you're kinda asking to struggle if you play Wheel in Arms. I mean, you might have done it a few times because you're Wheel main.
Look, I'll play wheel and arms up until the Griffin tier. But after
Okay, okay,
Griffin,
okay.
it's not doable anymore. Not I may be crazy, but I'm not that crazy.
Yeah, I imagine. I mean, I do have those different hunter picks. I usually play Nightweir in Arts Factory because I don't like that map either. I just play
Uh,
anything. I don't like playing. I mean, I do play N too sometimes dear, but usually just a random hunter that don't really main. Just for
uh,
the fun of it.
I think you know what? I think maybe just playing random hunters in rank might be the best way to learn. I should try that. We will see Moonlight get picked from DM.
Yeah, as I was expecting. I did mention the Moonlight pick. They're following it.
Hey, hear me out. That wheel is that wheel is open on Moonlit. You know, I'm just saying.
If
Um,
we ever 1v1, I will pick Moonlight and we'll just get in a merry-go-round. Good luck with that.
you can't stay on the merry-go-round. If I get out of wheel form, you're gonna get tear shots, bro.
I don't think I would just stay there when you get out of wheel form. I don't think I'm that dumb. I am dumb, though, but I don't think I'm that dumb.
You would take a hit either way though if you get a wheel form, unless you're playing cheerleader or mercenary or somebody that can get good distance very quickly.
Good idea. I will just play mercenary when we 1v1.
Oh, I don't mind. Mercenary, it doesn't counter wheel because three specs and you're just dead, right?
Yup. He's just dead. Dead for good.
Right.
I mean, choose your poison. Do you want me playing my main, which is Embalmer? I don't think I can do anything against a wheel as Embalmer.
And Balmer, I don't like the character, but chasing is no issue.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to chase as a wheel, and you can also get to the coffin pretty fast too.
Yes, yes. I think a lot of survivors I see, like I feel like they are like. Is it mean to say I see them as like free presents?
Oh, free presents. I mean, that's fair. You could definitely. I mean, what build do you bring on wheel in ranks?
I bring insolence and detention because detention, it's I don't usually get into endgame. Usually it ends at 2 or 3 seconds remaining. But
Oh,
I am too lazy to spike the survivor twice if they end up living until after Cypher pops, so I just get out with the form detention, just hits.
Yeah,
Right.
that is fair. That is very, very fair.
Yeah. Well, I'm not sure. I feel okay. I will stand by the fact that it's for me it's the player over the character that they are playing. It definitely matters the player's skill set, because if you're good at rock hiding, if you're good at your routes and your game sense, even if you're playing, I don't know, what's like a bad character. I don't know. Maybe if you
Don't
play a
call out me for
character,
playing composer.
sure. I mean, Composer still has like the speed boost, right? But again,
Uh,
I
the,
think
the, the speed was really bad at 100 ms. Just try to do it. You're not even 100 ms, 120, 130.
on the swells, I think, yeah, I've seen like again like someone like psychologist with no like kiting abilities. Uh, as long as you're good at the game, you can do well. But somebody, even if they have 50 magnets or whatever, they might not be the best. But we will go into picks and bans here. Forward and Antiquarian getting banned. So again, no harassers here.
I think Pit is just scared of these harassers. He does not want them to waste his time.
That is true. That is true.
Embalmer! Embalmer! Okay,
Your
I'm breaking
involvement.
Okay, yo, that's Embalmer. That's my main. Okay,
Hmm.
we see Embalmer and we see Mechanic. The tie gods, I mean, this is probably gonna be a tie. If the stars play this well, it's probably gonna be a tie. Because Embalmer is a tie character and Mechanic also can aid for a tie too, which also get a tie character. I mean, tie plus tie character, it might be a win.
Maybe. Maybe. Mechanic Q again. That George can do wonders. I don't want to see that George with that.
Indeed.
We'll see that FO ban though. Changing it up a little bit. We're betting on Rescuer now, but we will instead see that Fire Investigator picked.
The Florian. Yippee. I mean, this is a very exciting character to watch. There's so many things you can do with a ball. You can block the pathways, you can always just use for transitioning. It's a very interesting one.
Yeah, we will not see the escapologist in this matchup. I'm very sad. I do like my escapologist.
The Baldy. The
Well,
Mr. Bald.
look, we banned a Baldy in exchange for another Baldy. I suppose Mercenary isn't exactly bald, but in this model, they
Wait,
have not optimized it yet.
what do you mean you're calling Mercenary Baldy? What do you
Okay,
mean?
look at the model. It has. I know NetEase is planning to optimize this model, in the near future, but it has not been optimized yet. So he does have a reputation in the community for being a bald egg, So what can I
That
say?
is
I don't make
true.
the rules. I don't make the rules.
You aren't wrong. You aren't wrong. He's a Baltic. Yeah, under the hood, he's a Baltic. But that's supposed to be a secret.
Yeah. I wonder. And also, again, in round two, since Omni won the first round with, I believe, is it 5-3?
3 points. I think they're. How many points are they in the lead? I think they're in the lead for 2 points, right?
Right there, I believe they're in the lead for 2 points. So it would be in DM's best interest to get a round win here. Obviously, we're gonna go into round three if that happens. So I guess we'll see. Again, they did pick the same starting time as the last quarterfinals, which is an hour right before break. So I guess we'll have to see if we're speedrunning this again.
Yeah, exactly. Like ranks have started already. I'm pretty sure they want to speedrun this and just win in a 2 round session like the previous team and get
Mm.
away with it and go start ranking because core rank is very important. I have seen that one of DM servers already picked tier. Picked tier in the first 2 weeks is impressive. It's so impressive.
I think if you do all at least for Hunter, if you do all sessions in a day, you could get peak tier in 6 days.
That is insane. As a survivor, I think it takes longer because
Yeah,
playing survivor at some point with a champion, I mean, you can have a 4 stack until you hit a champion, but afterwards gets harder because you have the randoms factor. I mean, I imagine these survivors always play the 4 stack until they get to champion, so always with the randoms, it can get a little bit harder for communication purposes or just gameplay in general.
I think it balances out because then Hunter Q time. You would think Hunter Q time is instant match, but as you go up, it goes into like half an hour, 40 minutes Q time, which is really atrocious.
Yeah,
But
that
anyways,
is
we'll see
true.
that opera singer picked. That I was mentioning before on the last map. So Pit will be playing opera singer. Do you want to introduce the builds?
We have board time on both the Florian and the Mercenary. Mercenary having Titan and the Florian having Flywheel. Also, the mechanic also has board time. Very impressive, actually. I was not expecting the full kite being the Embalmer, but she also has Flywheel. So they were not expecting this Opera Singer. They are not that ready for the builds. I mean, regarding the builds, they're not really ready. You would want a knee jerk against Opera Singer.
I would have to agree. The Embalmer having full kite. Um,
I don't agree with that. I don't agree. I think the mechanic should be the one with full kites, not really the Embalmer.
I suppose so. Since looking in the situation, it does seem mechanic will take first chase. But I'm not sure. I know a few Embalmer mains, and they don't. For some reason, none of them take more time. They, I
I
guess,
do.
they click often. Just is there more time or something? I don't know. I'm not Embalmer player.
I do. I always bring borrow time because even though you don't have a good kiting, you still waste so much time with the coffin. You have no excuse for not bringing borrow time. And ranks and tournament is whatever. It's a tournament. You have a strategy. Usually think the embalmer might get chased, or I mean, in the coaster spawn, there's a very common strategy with embalmer, which is spawning the embalmer over there because the coaster is just there. You take the coaster after placing coffin in that placement, and you just get away from the coffin really fast.
Alright, we will see that speedy catch up from the opera singer here up onto the four stop platform. Mechanic doing a slight rotation with this, throwing down the pallet to get that distance and going back up into the platform. But again, that opera swinger is catching up real quick. George is going
And
down.
George is the sacrificed. One
Uh,
sacrifice on George, and there's the sacrifice left.
right, this opera singer does not have insolence, has trump card and detention.
Wait, opera
So
singer with insolence? What do you mean opera singer with insolence?
no, opera singer with no insolence.
Oh, okay. But I mean, she got insolence from the George, but I don't
Yeah,
know what
yeah,
I heard, but I kind of jiggle it.
yeah.
I can make it to the palette.
So this opera is also running that full pallet break and berserker. So
Full
very
palette
very
break is
risky
pretty
from the opera.
common.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. That abnormal being the trait as well, but not quite near any ciphers. Maybe going over to the bridge later to sabotage the rescuer cipher. What's
As a slow
uh,
decoder, you hate seeing yourself for getting abnormal. I mean, you're Merc. You have one of the worst decoding debuffs in the game. You just see your cipher that you're working so hard to decode getting abnormal. It feels horrible. I mean,
this
he's just
feels
watching
like
it happen.
this feels like a very passion motivated speech. I feel like you're speaking from personal experience.
I am. I actually am because I play mercenary sometimes. So
Alright, so we will see that rescue from the mercenary. Not going for a double down here, just doing safe. Mechanic breaking, throwing down both pallets, and then going towards the back of tents.
I mean, she
Oh,
cannot kite this out. Unfortunately, it's a mechanic with no items. Fly was already expired too. She doesn't have anything to kite.
right, George has been, sacrificed already. Um, I'm not sure if Mercenary is going for the second rescue again. A first officer, I mean,
Mm,
not first officer, fire investigator is in the area.
Yo, where's Dawson's there? Trying
Look,
to get the fire investigator a little bit away from the cipher and just fitting tonight as mercenary. I think it's a good decision to just sell because McKinney has no rebound potential. She was just
that,
gonna go down again.
That does seem like what they're doing. And the opera singer already used abnormal, so they have to be careful. The cipher progress is a little bit all over the place. We have one nearing 80, one at 50, and then another one barely start at 12. So I guess we'll have to see. I'm just gonna try and kite this one out. I'm seeing all the shadows and just elbow padding out of the area. Oh, throwing
The
down the
person's
pallet on the
dropping
wrong
the pallet on the
side.
wrong side. What? Okay, that's probably panic. Say that's probably panic.
Right, it's because the opera singer is just that fast, you know. You don't want to get hit, but unfortunately, just a miscalculation. Mercer does still have one elbow pad to work with.
That's a good for a rebound, but then Bomber might get cut off. It's kind of hard to rescue as a mom against an opera singer. Have no items, have nothing, only have the flywheel to aid you. Okay, a
Does use
good
that
flywheel from
bomb.
this Bomber. Does get
Yes,
hit. I don't think she can stop him. Yeah, she cannot stop him. Just dropping the pallet for safety. Yeah, I can just get a safe rescue. Nice job.
right. It seems like the Embalmer's trying to body block for the mercenary. Having moved the coffin away prematurely before rescuing it was a smart idea. Um, a bit of
Waiting on the coaster. He's
yeah, a
just
bit of
waiting for the opera singer to commit.
I just going for the TP actually here onto the fourth stop.
Interesting that she's not really using the Bramble again. You would think that the opera singer might use the Bramble again, but
It's an interesting choice for sure, having two survivors at half health on one side of the map. Um, and then going directly for the fire investigator instead. Fire investigator just using the wall to kite around the fourth platform here. But unfortunately, oh, it does use the flywheel, but still takes
um,
the hit to the pallet.
unfortunately, I mean, he can still go back to the ball and just loop around here. Pit is not breaking the ball, so he can just go back again and again.
Right. This area is slightly dead because the mechanic was kiting here before. A bit of mind game around this pallet.
I constantly see people mind gaming this palette. I have done so many mind games in this palette too. I think it's just a mind game palette when you drop it. You can really transition if the hunt is just so fast.
It
It
seems
always
like
ends up happening.
they're really pushing for that cipher because it's 90. Going back for that cipher right here, but it will be primed and just going ahead and popping.
The teleport is not up yet, so I think it's a good decision. Although nobody's on the gate, I don't think the Embalmer is ready for the pop. They were starting a new cipher with Embalmer too, so it's not there yet.
Right. The dungeon is behind the tent, but already Fire Messier is down. That TP is up in 6 seconds. So they have to be very careful here. Obviously smart decision of the
Yeah.
merchant to be in the middle. And Balmer going away, but again, that coaster has already been used by the mercenary. It is at second stop.
Teleporting back to counter this mercenary rescue. He does have a
Right.
syringe, but I don't think a syringe is gonna do anything at the end game. He was not so lucky with the chest.
Because Stopper does have detention. I think this is just going to be delayed down. And the Balmer just started the gate as well, so it looks to be like a one-man situation right now.
Yeah, it's just gonna be one escape. Obviously, he's
Yeah,
not. Obviously, he's fast, but not as fast to get to the gate as that.
it's that will be a 3 elimination for Omni. Alright,
Very good,
so
very well done from Pitts.
right,
Very good result too.
both teams definitely played well, but I think again, being such a big map, I think the core issue was that all the survivors were on the same side during the cipher pop. So
Yes, they were not ready for the cipher pop because nobody was at the gate. The very fortunate part was just nobody was at the gate when the cipher was popped.
I'm not quite sure why the embalmer was there because the embalmer did not have borrowed time, and the embalmer was also half health, I believe. So honestly, I think it was just a better idea to have the mercenary and the fire investigator pressure that cipher there.
Yeah, I think so too. I mean, I think the mom was trying to open a new cipher, but he was not close enough to the gate. The cipher was not close enough.
Right, right, and then
I
obviously.
believe the one cipher they were trying to open was a two-story one. I think it's two-story. I believe.
Mhm. And then the fire investigator obviously couldn't do much. only had one ball to work with, and the pallets in the area, besides the one already thrown out, was already used by the mechanic. Wasn't able to really transition to another area.
Yeah, unfortunately, he can really kite things out. Afterwards, after the pop, I mean, he was in a bad position. He had the pop, it was kind of panic pop, and they were not really ready for it. It was a gamble. It's mostly of a gamble. Can he pop this? Can I not pop this? And he actually ended up popping it. He was able to pop it. Alpersing was not fast enough. I mean, Alden Nurse and Alpersinger, of course, she's not as fast as she was in her prime. She's still a fast hunter. I mean, she's really hard to kite anyway because of the speed that she has. But see, regardless, they still try it. They still did pretty well despite all the sci-fi pressure, despite the teleport, which pretty sudden. I don't think they were expecting a teleport either. But the Fire Music can just counter it by blocking the way. He did block the way pretty well. That's one of the things Fire Music can do in the fight is so exciting. Just block the way or can just gain distance with the transitioning.
Definitely. So even though that's the decision to suddenly TP across the map was surprising, it was definitely, I think, the move that's gotten 3-man for the hunter.
For sure, I think it was like the decisive point. Despite all the coaster play, I think Bits just didn't want to deal with the coaster play plus Embalmer Coffin. The Coffin was used pretty prematurely. I don't know if the Coffin usage was the best one, but I guess they didn't want to see the Embalmer getting down for a long time and just health healing or and such, and just want to expire the Coffin right away. Although
Yeah.
saving the Coffin might have been a little bit smarter.
I believe so, because again the coffin was near the first stop, well, before the
Yes.
Mummer did over to the 2-story before rescuing. So I assume the Mummer knew that he was gonna get cut off, and then potentially again double downs. So I guess the game plan for them was just to have the Mummer up and running.
Just having the Embalmer up and running. It's something you can do with Embalmer. Honestly, in that situation, I think I would just stay in the ground. But that's like me and my not Griffin like gameplay. I mean, I'm right now I'm Griffin because I'm not really ranking this season as much, but it's my not as experienced gameplay opinion.
Oh yeah, definitely. I think it's definitely easy for us to say, because obviously we're in hindsight right now, right? But again, well played
Yeah.
to the survivors. So, like, heavy respect on them. I could never. That's why I play hunter. I'm not built for survivor, unfortunately.
That's why I don't play in tournaments because I'm not built for tournament survivor gameplay.
No,
Yay.
no. You heard Yo 7. Seaside Marina Part 2. You should compete, right?
No, what you seven said is not gonna happen. I will not compete in Sunset Marina. Two because I'll keep being a commentator. I'll keep being here on the other side, not really inside the game as a player. I'm just a spectator, and I'm fine with it. I don't want to play.
I don't know, man. We had that one match, the last, I think it was this Marina, where we had the referees play, and then it was commentary.
You know,
I think we should do it. I think you should compete. You're gonna win it all.
I definitely I will just make my team lose really fast by my getting tear shock or kiting way too little. I don't think it would be a good idea. I don't think anyone would be happy, and I would just have the whole voice chat muted because everyone would just be so shocked about my mistakes.
No. Trust me and actually, I don't know who's another hunter main on the staff team. Trust. We will enter.
The staff team, bruh. The staff team.
I mean, I think we, for the joke matchup when the staff were playing, we actually did have a staff name for the team. I think it was refrigerators.
The
Re-
refrigerator.
I
That's
can't remember
hilarious.
if it was refrigerats or refrigerators.
Refrigerants is something. I mean, uh, it's rats that are sneaking in, and we are like spectating everyone. I guess.
I'm pretty sure it's just refrigerator, but I keep remembering refrigerator because I was trying to put my persona name as refrigerator, but obviously there was a character limit, so it just put it as refrigerator.
There's, I know there's a skin for N that is called refrigerator too. So did anyone play it? I don't recall seeing it.
I'm not sure. We will go into the picks and bans here. With that new DM Hunter, seer and mechanic bans, very typical.
Yep,
Mm,
very standard, nothing surprising.
we will not see your mirror match. That officer going out the window.
Bye bye, Opera Singer. I mean, Opera Singer is really good in this map. Yo, there's another Embalmer. Okay, we're seeing Coordinator Embalmer, the Side Survivor, and the Coordinator, which is very stable Survivor as well. Oh no, it's just really, really stable. I mean, everyone wants to play Coordinator sometimes, a Sub Rescuer.
Well, you know what? I think this means they're gearing up for rank. They want to end this round too.
Yeah, with the Thai Survivor, the Embalmer, the Thai Survivor. No, banning Baldi. Baldi's out too, but we're not seeing Baldi in the set.
Right. So I believe the winning condition is they need to get a
A Thai.
four. Yeah. So for Omni, they need to get a tie. And then for the Hunter, they need to get a 4K to win this round.
No, 3K. I believe it's 3K because they got the one escape. So if they want the round three, I think the Honda can just get the 3K. If they want to get the round win, they can get the 4K and they get
Yeah.
a round win for the T. Yep,
Yeah, that's what I mean. So the winning condition would be a 4K,
yep,
and then to tie the round, it would be a 3K.
yep.
Um,
For the rest of the survivors, you want to introduce them?
alright. It will be Aeroplanist and First Officer. Both the bald people getting banned is crazy.
Bald, yo, the mercenary is not that bold. I swear. It's just a design choice from the devs at the beginning of the game.
I don't know, man. Like if I put on a hood right now, I don't think the size of my face will. I'm
Yeah,
just saying. I'm just saying.
you might look bald. I just don't know.
I could be bald. You could be bald. We could all be bald for all you know.
Indeed. I could be
Um,
bald. You just don't know.
that is very true. I believe. You know what? I believe I was asking like a question about hair the other day, and then I some of the staff members, Pluto, Heavy, and Kamina all said they were bald. So shout out to bald people.
Shout out to bald people. I mean, my best friend, constantly called me bald for like a year. I don't even know why she called me bald, but I was just called bald for like a whole year.
I'm dead. We will see a hullabaloo pick. Again, you see all those tricks with the hullabaloo on this map, so we will see.
He can jump over the bridge. That's like the most interesting one, honestly.
You know what? Maybe this hunter will get lucky. After all, moon like this map is the hub. I think in the lore, like the story, right? It's
Yeah,
Holo's.
it
Yeah,
is a canon map. Yeah, it's a canon map for Hlabaldo.
right. Although I'm not gonna forgive them from changing Moonlit Park to Moon River Park.
I
Mm,
think we all still call it Moonlit. We all just call it
yeah.
Moonlit.
I'm not quite sure why they changed the name. To be fair.
It's so confusing. I don't know either. It doesn't make any sense because it is all of those years it is called Moonlit, and they just decide to switch like for no reason whatsoever. It was a random ass patch. It just switched.
Wasn't it the story patch where the storyline got released?
I think it was the one after. It was not before the story or when the story got added. It was after the story got added.
I see, I see. We will. You want to introduce the builds?
Okay, we have full kite embalmer, borrow time on both the coordinator and the first officer coordinator having knee jerk, with borrow time, that's borrow time, yes. The first officer has borrow time with tight turner, and there's another sweet build on the replenish. I think is knee jerk and tight turner. I was not really able to see.
Right, it is working Windows and Tightoner. How do you again that and Malmo are having a full kite build? I think I think the majority are against you with the board time.
Yeah, I mean, I always bring borrow time. I mean, my ranks duo, actually is in the chat, can confirm that. I always bring with knee jerk and borrow time most of the time. I hardly ever bring the file because file is kind of hard with my ping. And also, honestly, when you want to just transition away from a coffin, I think knee jerk is better. It depends on the gameplay.
Right. And
Yeah.
I'm not sure about the aeroplanist build, but we will just see the coffin go up. Potentially a little coaster gameplay here.
Yeah, exactly. Just standard embalmer gameplay too, because I always spawn in deer too, because you can just take the coaster away from your coffin and you have kind of a free kite away from your coffin, which is your objective as a embalmer player.
Right. I'm not quite sure if um that was the best choice to take. Oh, the choir
Ooh,
is coming in just now.
giving who
Oh,
about the attack recovery because he didn't get a hit on embalmer.
right. Bomber will just be jumping.
Premature
Right,
drop
actually,
down. Very
a little
premature.
yeah, a little prematurely. Um, I'm not sure the coaster cooldown is actually back up yet.
It isn't. It isn't. It isn't.
Oh,
Oh, never
the
mind. It is.
Blue does get on with the Embalmer, so they're going for a little joyride here. None of the
Smile. Smiles
right,
before death.
quite smart, waiting for the hunter get off before choosing which side to get back on. Um, oh,
It's a full balance.
flywheel
Oh, nice.
kill.
Flywheel.
Right. And Malmo actually doing a very good kite here, surprisingly, considering that the Malmo kited into the corner cipher, but the cipher progress is looking very healthy right now.
The whole cannot use the warp. The reason why he's not using the warp because it's embalmer. He's choosing embalmer. He needs the warp to get back to coffin. He's all the way on the like the coffin's all the other way in the side of the map. Just die in the corner too. He knows. He knows the coffin is way too far. And this is all the all will do this because embalmer. Just get even farther away from your coffin.
Alright, so they already popped. Oh, surprisingly, they're not gonna use the audience effect even further. They will just pop
I mean,
those two ciphers. They started Airplane has started a new cipher at 20%. Will now be kiting. Instead, not opting to go from the bomber here.
very
I don't
interesting choice. I mean, the coffin is kind of far away, but you have warp, and you haven't used their traits at all. I was thinking the whole I was saving the warp for the embalmer, but he's not using warp at
right.
all. Just not using the traits.
I don't know how I feel about this in the situation because you have three. Um, you're choosing to chase
Yeah,
somebody full health and items to spare.
he's like an
When you
embalmer
already
with
have
no coffin, no items, and nothing. Like has nothing.
right, and you already have three ciphers that have been popped, and then we've got two almost at half here. So I don't know, but Hullabaloo again changing targets, wasting a lot of time here.
Honestly,
Oh,
I don't think we're getting a round three from this positioning. I don't think we're getting round three.
the Hullabaloo does know though. The Malmer did stop decoding, but still knows that the Malmer is here. Having no items to work with, Coaster is again not here. It's all the way at third stop.
Oh, nice
But now,
rotation. Using the double color from the
yes,
rotation on the embalmer. That's a very good trick from the Hulabalu.
Flywheel unfortunately on cooldown right there is back up for now. It seems like
The ciphers are nearly done, and he has no trump card to normal them.
right. Both last ciphers are at 90. It seems like they might be priming the other one. Okay, no, they're choosing to pop the other one across the map, but this one is at 92. So, oh, and it's gonna be primed here by the first officer. Hmm.
All the switching charges is not really gonna work. I mean, they're all at full health now. Not really at full health. On the embalmer is at not at full health. He does have attention. He might go for this embalmer. Never mind, it's not embalmer anymore. Yeah, it's embalmer. It's embalmer. Yeah, this is a embalmer.
That's just shove him straight into the platform. But like, here's the thing: you do have warp, but that doesn't take you all the way to the other gate. The other gate is already open. The bomber already also has a coffin to just waste further time.
The coffin is not usable for the embalmer. He cannot use a coffin again. He can
Yeah,
only use it on another survivor. So the coffin is gonna just steer, and they all
right.
leave. The three survivors leave. This hunter needed 3K and he got 3 escaped. So I don't think we're seeing a round 3. This is a round 2 round sweep, like yesterday.
It seems like that they will just be. I believe that it is a wrap. Omni wins both round 1 and round 2.
Yup, it is Omni's win. 2 round sweep, very well done from the Omni. Also, well done from the other team, putting on a fight for sure.
Congrats to Omni and good job on both teams.
Yes, I like to see. Thank you so much for both sides for playing Bomber. I like to see my main getting some play here.
Your bomber getting thrown now. It's really getting sacrificed.
I mean, the Embalmer gameplay is just dying away. Just dying. The whole point of Embalmer is dying away from Coffin. You're just supposed to die. Like it's a very interesting gameplay.
That is true, and I believe that wraps up our schedule for today. So we will have 2 more quarterfinals to go through. Or
I don't know honestly. I think
I believe
I think we will see those 2 teams that lost playing against each other. I'm not even sure.
I believe it's not quarterfinals, but it's the next the one of the matchups is to decide the winner, and then the other one's to decide to third place.
Yep,
So
then I'm right.
Yeah,
Yeah, just like who's inside third place. Yep.
Right, that will be a wraps. I'm not sure if we're doing an interview. Probably not, because again, rank session.
Yeah.
So
like yesterday, I don't think anyone wants to talk to us because they want to rank.
All right, so thank you everyone for joining us to watch DM versus Omni. Do you have anything else to
And
say?
thank you so much for my duo to clarify that I do run knee-jerk Balmer with power time. And also pointing out something really interesting, because audience effect is not really Coffin removes audience effects. Embalmer doesn't really run with audience effects. Embalmer gameplay is not really used for audience effect in general.
And
Yep, Coffin, like when you use Coffin, it doesn't count as cheer time, and it only gives you a speed boost on decoding if you not use Coffin.
I believe we will still have. I believe it's Sunday for the last matchup. I'm not sure. I think we'll have to check.
I'm not sure either. I don't think we even have a set schedule for tomorrow.
We
don't have a set schedule for tomorrow.
I don't believe we have a set schedule yet, but the last day they asked for availability was Sunday, which is tomorrow. So I guess we will see on that. So we'll potentially see you guys tomorrow. Well, again, thank you for watching this matchup.
Thank you so much for watching, and thank you for commenting with me, Yale. Yeah. Thank you.